The following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, who'd have thought this one was coming? Oh, right, me. Well, this started as a special, but we're here. You've read the title. Welcome to part 2 of What If Deku was the Wolverine. I was going to do a 1.5 for the dinner, but things got a little long, so here's part 2 instead. Inko got woken up with the salts. I've never really had that happen to me, but I'm sure that it's immensely unpleasant. Toshinori, I had the strangest dream that Izuku was alive, and he was the Wolverine. Then she turns around to see Logan. That wasn't a dream, Ma. I'm really here. Inko started crying and ran to her boy and hugged and kissed him. Then her arm raised. Don't slap me full force. You'll shatter your hand. Adamantium skeleton. Inko lightly smacked Logan a few times, then looked to her husband when she noticed it did nothing. Don't look at me. I am not in the mood to shatter my hands. Yes, I know how strong All Might is, but if he were to hit Logan, whose skeleton is made out of pure adamantium, it would not end well for him. We're going with the unbreakable variety of adamantium, by the way. But as such, there are certain things that Logan will never do again, such as swim, which is ironic since he lives on an island. Not much talk is had during the meal, but Inko's eyes never leave her son. Nana is having trouble cutting her steak, and Logan notices his sister struggle and walks over to her and cuts it with his claws. Inko shoots him a motherly look that we all know. The table manners look. Cool your jets, Ma. I was just helping little Nana over here with the steak. It was getting really, really sad. Rena was looking at Logan like he was her hero. She had often been yelled at for using her claws as knives. Logan went and made for his spot, but Rena grabbed his shirt and gave him the look. You know, the whole puppy dog eyes and all of that. He yielded and his plate was passed over as he ate by his sisters. It was Inko's turn to give a look.
Why is it so easy for Rena to bond with him? That's not fair. I want that.
That's a bad thought for a mother to have there, Inko. Toshinori noticed the look on his wife's face and gently gripped her hand under the table. He had a look that said, go talk to him, and the fear was clear on her face. Once again, Toshinori was there to hold his wife's hand, both figuratively and literally. I understand what you were doing with Weapon X, but you should have reached out sooner, dear. I am your mother, and I will always love you, no matter what, Izuku. Now, for this conversation, the girls are outside, playing with Jubilation Lee, the newest member of the team, albeit she's only an apprentice to Negasonic, since her powers are similar. Ma, Izuku died a long time ago. The boy you remember is long since gone. I'm a killer, Ma. I have committed countless brutal murders and will not hesitate to do so if it is necessary. He gives her the full story. Please, never call me Izuku again. I am Logan Creed, the Wolverine. Inko's crying, and actually so is Toshinori at this point. He never heard the full story. He knew bits and pieces, but Logan never really shared the full story since it wasn't his damn business. Jubilee ushers the girls back inside after being signaled by Mystique. Nana is slightly hesitant to interact with her brother, but Rina has no such compunction and leaps up and hugs him, to which Logan catches Rina. "Thanks for stopping Mommy earlier, Nini." That got a small smile out of Logan and a slight frown from Inko. "Think nothing of it, wild thing." Logan pats her on the head, and the two go to the living room to sit on the couch and play a game. Yes, he's calling her by her eventual hero name. I think it's a cute little nickname for him to give her. Nana wasn't quite jealous of the attention Rina was getting, but sad that she didn't speak up when she had the opportunity. I can't say I blame her though. Logan can be scary sometimes. Now, as far as his looks go, age the Logan you see on screen down to 12 and give him the classic Deku traits of green hair and eyes. Short of that and his healing factor, those were the only things he got from Inko. Both he and Rina look straight up like their daddy. Now, canon Wolverine is 5'3", and that's his height at the moment, but he's gonna grow to a normal Deku height, which is about 2 inches taller than that. Even though the meal was done and they had their little talk, the ice was still as thick as Colossus's muscles. "So, Logan, I know you already have a license granted to you by the military, but have you considered UA? I know you've saved many people, but you deserve a somewhat normal life, making other types of friends, living like a teenager. I'm not saying quit the X-Force. I can make a deal for you and the younger members of the team. And yes, Mystique, that also means you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Mystique is Logan's best friend. They are super close. Now, I've changed her age to Logan's exact age. These two are good friends due to, well, his father saving her life and keeping her quirk a secret, yada yada, you get the point. But the two would spend a long time in each other's company for the sake of their sanity. Remember, Mystique ages at least quadruple reverse dog. At 40, she still has cells of teenager due to her shapeshiftiness. Speaking of aging, Logan is going to cease aging by the end of this chapter. I can't even begin to quantify cease aging at a normal rate by the end of this chapter. I can't even begin to quantify the age rate of canon Logan. So for now, let's just assume after a set point, which shall be reached by the end of this video, he'll age at Deca reverse dog. Toshinori had already had this discussion with the older members of the team, and they all agreed. However, it was on the condition that if the team needed mobilized, they'd be able to go on missions as usual, and they were to continue to live on Genosha. They had the Blackbird to, well, get them to and from, so that wouldn't be a problem. That jet is fast as hell. But we're talking about sending over half the team to school after all. I mean, Genosha has other people aspiring for the team, but this is the A team we're talking about. Let me get this straight. You not made a decision without even asking if we were okay with this? Raven cried out in anger at the adults in the room. Slow it down, Raven. We came to this conclusion after speaking with Logan. So, if you want to get mad at someone, he's the one you should point it at. But, as a matter of fact, Logan had completely and totally forgot that conversation until Wade brought it back up. Raven did not buy it, and if you're wondering who I'm talking about, remember, Mystique's given name is Raven Darkhold. Wade's right. I did say it was a good idea, especially for Negasonic, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Jubilee. You and I aged, well, differently from them, can choose when to embrace childhood, but this is the only chance to be teenagers that they'll have. While yes, we are doing good work, I cannot let them miss this chance, and neither should we. Logan brings his head to Raven's, and that sentence was spoken sweetly, in case my voice doesn't do it justice, which I'm pretty sure it didn't, since I was, trying to do the Deku Logan thing. Nana looks at the way her brother and Raven are behaving. How long have you two been dating anyway? You're a really good couple. Nana had finally gotten over her shyness after seeing that cute sight, and was given an even cuter sight. Both of them were beet red at the same time. They say, We're not dating, damn it! Like I said, two of them are very close and are used to being teased for their closeness. Now I know Raven said otherwise, but here's what she's thinking.
Would dating me really be that bad, Logan?
Speaking of learning, Logan, I bet you're curious about the girl's quirks. Inko said Rina's quirk was the exact same as Logan's. However, her healing factor was just slightly weaker. And by that I mean she healed a little slower than he did. Now, as for Nana, this is where it gets interesting. Nana, show your big brother your quirk. Okay, Daddy. Could you pull out a claw, big brother? Logan began to pull out a middle claw, but noticed a stern look from Inko and let out one of the others, to which Nana touched. Careful, sis, they're really sharp. Nana was now grasping Logan's claw. It was perfectly fine, except she was now metallic. My quirk is called osmosis. It allows me to absorb things and incorporate is the word you're looking for, dear. Right, that. I can do that with my body. Logan had a lot of questions, even more resolve. He would later cash in a favor that was owed to him by Shuri to attain some military quality vibranium bracelets for Nana to have on her person, with a few other trinkets that, such as it for absorption purposes. There would be an inscription on the bracelets, however, that read, To my dearest sister, with love, your awesome big brother. Rina was mad that she didn't get a pretty gift like Nana did, but Logan wasn't done. Rina, do you want claws like me? Of course Rina says yes. However, Logan wasn't about to put a 7-year-old through the procedure. It would be done 2 years later, meaning she was 9, just like Logan was when he had it done. She powered through it, and Inko was not happy at what Logan had done to his sister, but it was her choice. Ma, at the end of the day, Rina made the choice. You allowed her to make it, since being my sister means she's gonna get attention. She now has the means to defend herself. Be happy at that. Inko tried to take solace in that, but her children were weaponizing themselves, and that just left a sour taste in her mouth. But Logan was right. Rena had wanted this for a long time, and she would never forgive her mother if she got in the way. You better train her right, Logan. And train her right. He did. See you next time, Deadites.